Good morning, beautiful people. This is Jose Trujillo. Saturday morning. I hope everybody's doing awesome. Getting ready here to go to the studio with the fam. So, yesterday I announced the winner of the painting that we raffled. And I just wanted to let you guys know, look, I'm going to be doing another raffle very soon. For those of you who didn't feel like you get a chance, you will have a chance. The chance is just going to keep getting better and better, juicier and juicier. Okay, to win one of my art pieces. Also, one other thing before I move on to hammer time, morning time. Those of you who haven't used the Craigslist art guide that are wondering how to use it or that have any questions, please DM me. I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to walk you through it. If you're confused about using it, if you haven't, if you've only read it and you're really like, I don't know how to use it, I want to be able to help you. I want to walk you through it. So please DM me. Your success matters to me since I'm the one putting this information out there. It matters to me that you're doing something with it, right? That you're getting some sort of results. This I'm doing only for the people that the first people that have gotten it. I'm not going to be able to. It's not realistic to be able to keep this up later on as I'm putting more guides out there and whatnot. It's not going to be realistic. But for now, those of you who have bought my Craigslist artist guide, I want to talk to you. I want to make sure that I can nudge you in the right direction. If you haven't used it yet, if you've only read it and you're a bit confused, you don't know how to get started, maybe you're still very new to the game, let me help you. DM me. I'd like to help you. And we'll go from there. That way I can get you started and rolling with that. Also, morning time is hammer time, all right? Morning time is hammer time. And one of the things that I like to remind people is, look, every mornings matter. Like your morning really matters. Why? It's really the thing that's going to set the tone, right? It's the time where things are set. If you start out your day by saying, you know what, I got this, I can do this, chances are you got this, you can do this. If you start out your day by saying, well, I don't know, I don't have enough time, I'm running late, and on and on and on, then it's probably not going to work, right? Being an artist is a lot of work, and if your mindset's not right, it's not in the right place, you're going to be distracted. I often say this, being an artist is no different than being a realtor, being an accountant, being a salesperson who's on the phone all the time. It's no different than any of the other traditional careers or jobs or whatever you want to call them. It's no different than that. You have to show up to the studio and you have to be able to have the right mindset. If you're an artist who produces daily, right? If you're looking to make a career out of it, to monetize, it's so important to have the right mindset. It's so important to have the right mentality, because anything's gonna fuck with you. Like, you're gonna see the news, that's gonna mess with your mind. You're going to see an argument with a friend, with whatever. Your phone, you saw some injustice in the world you don't like, it's gonna mess with you. It's gonna mess with you. When it comes to production, I believe that you have to be very, very mindful. I think mindful, very clear in your mind of what you're doing, because otherwise anything really just kind of messes with you. If it doesn't stop you from working, it might not stop you from working. You might still show up and you're like, no, I still work, but if you're an artist, you're working for yourself. And if you're just showing up, it's not good enough. I like to break myths. A lot of people are like, well, I received bad news, or I'm not feeling well, but I'm still working. That's not it's not a working formula. If you're working, you're not working for a boss where you just get to show up and pretend like you're working. If you're an artist, you're working for yourself, like you really have to show up. So it's so important. Everything. It's so important. The stuff that you consume through your eyes, through your ears, right? And also the stuff that we consume. I know the days that I eat fast food, I don't produce as well compared to the days that I eat better. That I eat healthier meals. So it's all tied in. It's not like, oh, I'm an artist here, but I'm a father over here, and it's all tied in. It all works symbiotically. It works together. So my morning reminder to you guys is, look, guys, get started with something positive. I don't know. Write your goals down. Listen to a prayer, or if you're religious. If you're not religious, whether you're religious or not, I highly recommend having
meditation.
Yeah, but meditation. Yeah, but some people don't meditate because they're religious. They pray. They do different stuff. Whether you're religious or not, I highly recommend you doing affirmations. Affirmations, where you write down your goals and then you repeat them you recite your goals. I'm a great artist, and I have a successful art studio, and on and on and on. Write down about 5 to 10 of those and repeat them every day. Repeat them. I would highly recommend you repeat them twice a day, 3 times a day if you can, but twice is more than good enough. I write them down 3 times a day when I feel like I'm having a shitty day. And as I'm writing them down, I'm repeating them. I'm reciting them. These are goals tied in with affirmations, right? I'm a great artist. Great opportunities always come to me. I'm a highly responsible person. I'm a highly successful person. I'm a highly productive artist and entrepreneur. And on and on and on. And these things, what they do is that because all these things are true, that is my potential. So if I'm not acting up on my potential, these things ignite my fire. They ignite my fire. So they're reminding me, oh man, what the hell am I doing eating Cheetos, right? They're like, oh, and I snap out of it when I start writing, because the thing that happens, guys, is that we forget. This is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. We forget our where we're going. We forget our purpose, and it's not like we forget. We forget mentally. You don't forget mentally. Like, oh my God, I shouldn't be eating Cheetos right now, or I should be working on this. It's not like you forget mentally. You don't forget mentally. What happens? You forget the fire. The fire comes and goes, and the fire, like your what's that word? Yeah, the fuel inside of you. That comes and goes. It comes and goes, and the way to keep it in, the way to make sure that it doesn't go, is to stay highly productive in many things. To keep the things running. This has always happened to me. When I don't keep things running, if I focus too much on something, my fire goes away, and then I have to go chase it. I have to go chase down my fire, right? I call it fire, my purpose, my power, right? My throne. I have to be like, oh my God, I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot about that. Like it's like if you never exercise and then you go exercise and then like me, right? And then I tell myself this: why in the hell did I ever stop? This feels so good. It's because theoretically I know it's good, but experientially I forgot. I forgot the feeling. I forgot about the feeling. So it's only when you keep doing it that you don't forget. So this is one of the reasons I say, look, guys, stay highly engaged in all different aspects, not just in painting, not just in something. Stay highly motivated. The way to stay motivated is that you keep doing the things that are working every day. For example, if you know Facebook is working for you, don't stop doing Facebook because now you're trying out Etsy. Like, keep doing Facebook and then stack Etsy on top of it. I've talked about this the whole week because I know that that's where I mess up. That is the place where the devil finds me, and I get highly enthusiastic about something and everything goes to hell for a day, 2 days, or a week. And that's not, it's not the right formula. It's not the right formula because so many bad things happen. But the worst one is that my fire goes away. You can't get consumed in one activity. You can get consumed in one activity for a little pocket of time, but you can't get consumed in one activity all day. Notice how kids, when they play video games, if they get consumed playing the video game all day, right? If they get consumed playing video games for like hours, they start getting upset. Their mood changes. Because they can't be consumed in one activity. They have to do different activities. They have to go to school. Then they have to play with their pets. If they have pets, they have to clean their room. And they also have to play with their games. Of course, it's part of growing up. It's fun. We all did it. It's part of life. But they have to be engaged in different activities. That's what makes life worth living. That we suck the marrow out of life. Right, we do as much as possible, and then when you're overstretched and you can't do more, that's when you start getting help. You start getting friends. You start getting workers, whatever it is. You start influencing people to help you. It doesn't always have to be employees or workers. It can also be influencing people. Actors don't have workers when they're starting out. They're trying to get roles or whatnot. They influence people to help them. They make it their job to go get people to help them. Can you take some photos for me, or can you let me in this club where I know that these people are hanging out, and on and on and on. That's how actors move. That's how models. I'm sure that's part of how they move as well. The rhythm is always finding opportunities, so they have to influence others to help them get their foot in the door. How's it going, Kyle? So that is my morning motivation for you guys. Look, stay with the fire on. The only way that I found out, and I say the only because it's the only way that I've known. It's the only is to keep cranking all the gears that got you where you are. Every day, keep cranking them, and when you can't crank them anymore, then you get help to help you crank them. What I mean, you can't crank them anymore. This is the biggest thing that I've learned so far. Right now, in this moment, the biggest thing that I've learned is you're doing what's working. Okay, you got to rinse and repeat that every day. And then, if you want this to continue to work, you have to stack new stuff on it. Now, most people are like, how can you do that? It's impossible. I'm already overworked here, right? The reality is that we can, guys. The reality is that we can, but we choose not to. We choose not to. Because this at some point gets easier and easier because it gets comfortable, right? You get faster. You start finding out ways to cut corners, to do it fast. I mean cut corners in the sense of, cut corners, but I don't mean it like that. I mean like ways that you can make it efficient and that you can move faster, right? I guess cut corners is not the right words because it means something else. But whatever you're doing Facebook every day, you're doing Etsy, or you're doing your website, you're doing Instagram, and you're doing all of these things. The reality is that if you're posting, if you're engaging 10 minutes on Instagram every day, or 15 minutes or whatever, and it's working for you, the reality is that now you need to engage another 15 minutes. Make it half an hour, and on top of what you're doing, without stopping to do the first 15 minutes. That's what I've noticed that is the winning formula. How's it going, Emily? And if Facebook is working for you and you're spending $5 on Facebook and it's working for you, then you should spend, another $5 on it. Spend $10 on it. And if you're spending half an hour on Facebook, or Facebook groups or whatever, or you're posting stuff, then you need to spend another half an hour or another 10 minutes on it. You need to start stacking to the point where it's working for you and you don't stop. You don't stop that progress. You don't stop the progress. It's the only way to go up. It's really the only way to go up, to continue to stack up. Last time I talked to a very successful person, marketer, he told me, look, there is no trick to the game. The trick is that I do more than everyone else. That's the trick. And I learned how to stack it up, how to continue to do more than everyone else. That's the only trick there is. So I'll leave you guys with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. I got to go to the studio. And take care, guys. All right? Bye.